Hello, wonderful people. This is Tom Check with Choice Coaching, where we help you unlock your inner awesomeness. And today we are talking about failure. Failure, the word brings images to mind, I'm sure. Brings perhaps even an entire feeling, bodily experience. What does failure feel like? I don't know if it's cultural, if it's societal, or if it's just something that's hardwired into us as humans, but we hate failure. Some of it may be wrapped up with our wonderful survival mechanisms that equate failure with death, and in order to avoid dying, we avoid failure. But in the day and age we live in, we're going to fail. We're going to fail about lots of stuff. We should, quote unquote, be failing. Because failure isn't the end of the line. And this is a reframe that's really important. Your life is going to continue to throw curveballs at you. Guaranteed, whether it's the universe, God, whatever, random chaos, life is going to throw curveballs at you. Life is never going to give you exactly what you want the way you think you want it. And so you get to deal with that. You get to go through a world that isn't perfect as a person who isn't perfect. And that means that things aren't always going to go the way you think you want. You're going to fail at lots of stuff. So what if you stopped calling it failure, right? Because that word creates such a strong response in most of us. What if instead of failure, you viewed these things that didn't go right as feedback? As you continue to design experiments for yourself in order to create the meaningful change that you most want to see show up in your life, it's important that you recognize that it's a path, it's a journey. It's not just about getting the outcome, it's about the lessons you learn along the way, because they serve you in other parts of your life, down the road, or right now in other sectors of your life. Maybe the stuff I learn about me as I try and lose weight changes the way that I interact with my friends and makes those relationships better, right? We don't know where the learnings are going to play out and create meaning in our lives, but we do know that they will. So it's not just about the end goal. It's not just about stopping smoking, losing weight, building confidence. All those things are great. They're worthy. They're totally what you should be shooting for. And the lessons you learn along the way through failure, or if you're willing to see it this way, through feedback, are the lessons that are going to change the way you live the rest of your life. That's huge. That's so big. So recognize that when stuff isn't going right, that's okay. Instead of getting flustered and frustrated and angry and shutting down, look for the lesson. Where can you do something differently? Where can you plan better? Where can you execute more efficiently? Where can you maybe relax a little bit so that you're not so high-strung all the time, so that some of this is maybe even fun, right? These lessons are the things that change your life. Maybe at the end of it, you've lost 20 pounds, but realistically, it doesn't matter, because you'll have another chance. You'll have another chance to get more feedback, try again, and maybe along the way you find out that the outcome you were initially shooting for isn't as important to you now as it was back then, and that's okay too. But recognize that there is no such thing as failure unless you fail to learn from the scenario. It's all feedback. If you're willing to open your eyes and your heart and your mind, it's all feedback. And the cool part is when we view the world this way and when we view ourselves this way, it makes everything a lot less stressful. Because we're big enough to learn, you learn all the time. I don't care if you learn book smarts kind of stuff. You learn stuff all the time. And if you can open up yourself to the idea that every interaction you have in the world is an opportunity to learn stuff, all of a sudden, you'll approach the world with a lot more curiosity instead of defensiveness. You'll approach others with a little more love and a little less judgment. You'll approach yourself with more acceptance and less self-hatred. This makes for a meaningful life. So, as you go through whatever change you're going through right now, and as stuff goes quote unquote wrong, reframe it. It's not a failure. What can you learn from it? As soon as you learn something from it, it's feedback. And feedback helps you get better. Feedback sets you up for the next scenario where you'll know what to do better. So, that's the invitation for today. I hope this is useful. Until next time, stay awesome, and I look forward to connecting soon.